It's hard. It's hard being different in this environment.
We don't need segregation no more, or racism, none of it. Stupid.
Put some effort to know me and to want to
make them aware.
Assumptions that I speak Spanish, which I do, but that's not the point. But making assumptions that I because I'm Latina, that I speak Spanish or would know someone who speaks Spanish, or that I am automatically Mexican.
It's too, people may look at me and not expect me to have the education that I have or to have the job that I have.
But basically, I was auditioning for a role, and we were both tenors, but the other guy was a Caucasian male, and it was me and I'm a black guy. So we were saying the same part, had the same experience, everything else, but it's just like the look of the part, like how it had to be, like compared to the normal eye. So
being Hispanic, I'm expected to look a certain way, to look more Hispanic. I think a lot of people don't really realize that I'm Hispanic.
I think due to the fact that we're in the Midwest, it has made it almost positive because people feel that they have that basis.
If you know I'm Hispanic, I think it kind of prevents them from really getting to know me and knowing what I'm all about, just simply because there is that cultural difference there.
I did my study abroad, you know, being an international student, people came up to me while abroad and they wanted to know where I'm from. They started asking questions. They automatically assumed, oh, you're Caucasian, oh, you're American, you're these things, you know, and they made generalizations.
Based off of race, me being Asian, people tend to stereotype a lot, and they really think because you're Asian, you should have higher test grades, or you should be like doing like the top of your class in math.
they expect you to, you know, score higher on quizzes, be better with technology, etc., be not as good with sports. And I tend to not quite fit that stereotype. I mean, I did get really good grades, but I also did a lot of like sports and weightlifting.
Previous experiences, like in high school, that happened a lot. They think because you're Asian, you should be getting like straight A's. You like nerd. They come for you for answers.
It doesn't help the fact that everybody else who is the same color as us are against the ones who are not acting like them as well. So there's a lot of tension between people who aren't black looking at me and people who are black looking at me as well.
My own race and other people, like, I wouldn't dress like a typical black person would necessarily. Like, I don't wear like Jordans and I don't wear baggy clothing. So most people would say, why, my own race has like came to me and said like, why are you white? Or like, why do you do this? Because you're black, you're supposed to do that.
I am white and a male and fairly skinny, and I come from like a middle class background. I think it has helped me in the sense of like, not to be accepted in society, but I'm not ridiculed for what I do. Like, I can go to the grocery store and I don't have people following me around.
Carrying a gun, probably be from the hood, probably selling drugs and stealing stuff.
Like, they think my mental level isn't equivalent to theirs necessarily. I don't even want to say that. That just sounds so bad. But
we see differences in our skin color before we see similarities. I think I gravitate more toward white people automatically, and it takes a little more effort on my part or on the other person's part for me to interact with people of color.
I grew up into overweight adult, so I think that's probably where the biggest thing that folks have discriminated on towards me the most. Especially like if I walk inside of a store, you know, it's clearly not clothing my size. sales clerk or the associate won't come up to me and ask me if I need help. They just kind of walk away.
Like department store, like American Eagle, they're like, oh, do we have your size here? I'm like, yeah.
Like, I really enjoy walking. I like being active, and I think because of my body size, people just automatically like think that I may be lazy or may not enjoy doing some of the things that I do.
That being skinny definitely helps you to interact with people, because a lot of people view fat people as just like lazy and unattractive and like not approachable.
Throughout middle school, I was like heavyweight. I was actually really like fat. In middle school, if you're fat, like the popular group, they would like call you names.
I was short and like always very small, so people would try and like pick on me. I got bullied and just stuff like that.
In high school and middle school, I was a lot bigger than I am now. So they would kind of assume, because like I'm larger, there's some stuff I can't do, like pull-ups, push-ups.
I was always kind of shorter than most people I went to school with. I wasn't the greatest at sports. I mean, I played soccer and stuff like that, but it was a few sports that I was really never good at. Didn't really fit into the my school was really big on sports.
So, told that I can be like, they call me like pretty much a prison bird because I'm short and buff.
Well, my problem is that I am a female and I love to cook. So you automatically say you're domesticated, you're the housewife, you're gonna make men happy one day. And
because I've been raised around women my entire life, so like I get in touch with my feelings, and I express those. If people look down on like men who express themselves or like aren't afraid to cry.
Simple. A man has to be strong. A man doesn't cry. A man doesn't show emotion. But yet, as life goes on each and every day, the things that men do, I mean, we show those things, like we do these things, like life gets hard on us as well as it does everybody else.
It was like a Story County law enforcement officer who responded, and he made this comment, well, you must not know how to drive in this car.
Leaders were expected to be in charge, and we're just like come up with a game plan and protect others,
Especially in engineering, I noticed like other people in my courses expecting me to be more intelligent than like females that I could be working in a group with, or even in group projects, like they expected for like a male in the group to lead.
Like head of like whatever they're doing, they should be better than females and everything. When like
I think it's been pretty advantageous to be a male as far as in our society. Males don't really have any disadvantages when compared to females. So.
Smoking outside of the dormitories, which you can smoke anywhere in South Korea. Basically, I was perceived as a, bad individual because they have an expectation that women shouldn't smoke.
Made me feel really uncomfortable.
Unease or frustration.
It's kind of hurtful, obviously.
I think it's frustrating, I guess. I think it's really strange.
I don't have time for it at all. No tolerance, zero tolerance.
Honestly, those experiences really can mess with your self-esteem. Have really messed with my self-esteem.
And that really sucks. It really puts you down, really sets you back.
I mean, I don't like to be looked upon somebody who I'm not.
It doesn't really allow me to show people who I really am.
Like Gara Sandcoffin. That's how it feels. Like having the feeling of things like slowly moving around you, but yet you can't move. You're stuck.
It can be kind of exhausting having all of these different types of identities piled on top of each other.
Understand what it's like to walk in somebody else's shoes.
Awareness in people,
Give them that chance to get to know you. I think
learn who the other person is.
Get a chance to know me. That's really all.
Be more open-minded to others, and we should all be one.
Judgment, no stereotyping.
He was just to stop judging and start helping one another as humans, then the world will be a better place.
Don't make foreign sound be strange and unusual. Make it sound commonplace. Make it a part of your everyday.
I've had so many interactions now at Iowa State with people of color that I didn't have before I was 18, and just realizing that even the stereotypes that I held were so wrong, and they really impacted the way I was living.
We need to take the time to be more kind to each other, and separating experiences that we might have had with groups of whichever identity you want to pick today for me, and setting those aside. And every individual is different, and be kind to each other. Be kind to me.
Someday you wish upon a star, wake up with clouds of fire.
Some of you could attack us from space at the whole human race. They don't care what color you are. Like, they're gonna attack all of us. So we should all be able to work together as a human race to, like, just make stuff move smoother.